loves, and welcome back to High Vibe Heels. If you haven't been here before, my name is Ashlyn Torrey, and if you have, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about beveling in our heels. Beveling is an essential part of dancing in a heel, burlesque, and so today we are going to be going over the technique of bevels and how they will support you in your dancing. And before we get started, I want to let you babes know that my course, Creatrix Biz Builder, is currently $100 off for my sexy spring sale. So if you are interested in building a creative business, making money from your art, then this course is for you. So click the link below to learn more. And let's get into this video. So what is a bevel? Maybe you are watching this video and you don't even know what a bevel is. Essentially a bevel looks like this. Okay, this is a bevel. We come through this position all the time when we're dancing in a heel. Not only do we often start from that position, but we use that position in our walks, in our turns, and things like that. So the basic foundations of this specific pose are actually really important. So the first thing that we want to talk about with our bevel is our feet, okay? So typically what I see a lot of times in heels class is babes dancing like this. Starting out, like maybe we're about to start a combo or choreography and you're standing with your feet straight apart. That's mistake number one. What we want to do, instead of having our feet straight forward, we kind of want to have this little open triangle with our toes. So our toes are turned out and our heels are apart. So this is the first step. The second step is going to be bending one knee. It really doesn't matter. What matters is the foot that you are going to step on if you are doing a walk or if you are starting a combo. That's the foot that you want to bend, or the knee that you want to bend. So essentially what I'm doing right now is I'm bending my knee across. Yeah, so I went from here to here. And when I do that, the hip sinks and the opposite hip lifts. So I have this nice little curve in my body, yes? If I did it on the other side, same thing, I'm bending my knee. What happens when I do this is I come up on the toe, okay? So over here, my whole foot's down, but the knee that's bent, when it's bent, I'm just on the inside edge of the toe, which is going to be perfect for when I start my walks, my heels walks, my burlesque walks, whatever it is that you're dancing. So that's super important, and that toe being really strong and grounded is going to give you a nice foundation to start your walks on. Or if you're doing a turn, something like that, you're going to be on balance, because balance is the probably hardest thing I see babes struggling with dancing in a heel. Obviously, they're hard to balance in, right? And so we want to make it as easy on ourselves as possible. The other element to our bevel, so we have our toes open, our heels together, one knee crossed in front of the other, is our posture. So the final step of our bevel doesn't just finish off at the legs, it continues all the way up. So I'm gonna do this from the side. If I was doing my bevel from the side, instead of just being here, which is me just naturally standing, my shoulders are rolled back. When my shoulders are rolled back, it extends my chest out, right? So instead of this, I look like this. Yes, this is a girl who's ready to start dancing. This is a girl who's like a little unsure. So we wanna have this really confident posture. My booty also naturally tooches out when I do that. So when I lift my chest and bring my shoulder blades back, my booty, and you see this like nice little arch in my back, this happens. This is not happening because I'm forcing it there or I'm releasing the core. My core is still very much engaged, but I allow the back to open as the chest opens. So this is our bevel position. So let's try our bevel together. You can have your hands on your hips, you can have your hands down, whatever you like. We're just gonna switch back and forth from the right to the left. So we'll go 5, 6, 7, and work. Work, work, work. Yes, queen, yes! But this is essentially where we move from when we start walking. If you've taken my tutorials before, you know that we usually do two types of walks, a slow and sexy walk, or a runway walk, which is a little bit more fast. In our slow and sexy walks, if you'll notice, I'm coming through my bevel every single time I cross my foot. That's why this position and knowing what it is and the foundations of it is so important, because if you can't walk in your heels, you can't dance in your heels. So your bevel and your walk are just as important as learning choreography and things like that. So let's do some slow and sexy walks just to kind of put this all together. So I'm starting in my bevel. I have one leg crossed in front of the other, one knee crossed. My shoulders are rolled back, my heels are together, my toes are apart, and we walk slow, bevel, slow, bevel, slow, bevel, slow, bevel. Yeah, so I'm coming through that bevel every single time. And what's helping me is what we talked about, that toe connection to the floor is what's allowing me to come through my bevel seamlessly instead of it being like stop, go, stop, go. I'm using the inside edge of that toe to drag, which allows me to stay really balanced when the walks are slower. Okay, so you're going to be seeing this bevel a lot, like maybe it's just when you start dancing and you're waiting for the music to start, you still want to look cute, you know what I mean? You don't want to just go from like standing naturally like this or whatever to dancing really sexy. So that's why this beginning pose of this bevel is really going to make you feel more confident before you even start dancing. And also you can just practice rotating back and forth between your bevel, kind of doing some little hip twists and things like that. Just get really comfortable here, and once you are comfortable, it's going to help you so much more with your walks and any other moves that you are going to come through that bevel in. All right, my loves, I hope you enjoyed this short and sweet tutorial. Knowing how to do the foundations of dancing in a heel is going to make you feel so much more confident when you do choreography. That's the biggest hurdle that I see in dancing in a heel is that so many people take choreography classes and don't understand the foundations of dancing in a heel. And this bevel is in so many different moves. Now that you know this technique, you're going to notice your bevel so much more in choreography, and you're just gonna feel so much more confident and ready to move and ready to walk and do all of the fun moves that you do in your choreography classes. So I hope this was helpful. Please let me know below if you enjoyed it and if you want more short and sweet tutorials, technique tutorials like this one. And don't forget about my sexy spring sale where you can get $100 off my course, Creatrix Biz Builder. All the information will be below for you in the description. And I'm sending you babes so much love. Thank you for dancing with me, and I will see you in the next video.